Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Delta Racing Competition, and we are here in Hungary. This lovely, tight, twisting track it's Monaco without walls, people call it. Yes, there's a little bit more straight, there's going to be a bit more on-track action, but it's so tight on track, and hopefully, there we go, some track maps coming up for you there. It was held back in '86, and it's forever been held here at the Hungaroring. It was the first Grand Prix behind the Iron Curtain back in the '80s. Most people probably don't remember those days. It actually happened around the same time I was born. And yeah, as you can see, many drivers took their first win here at the Hungaroring. Jenson Button, Damon Hill, Fernando Alonso and Heikki Kovalainen, to name a few, took their first win here. And there you go, there's that track map. 14 turns, 2.7 miles, just shy of 4.4k. And relatively flat, but there's turn 5 a little bit slightly uphill, and exit turn 11 is slightly down. There's not a lot of elevation change, and we'll see said elevation change for you now, as I'm getting confused by what's happening in game. But there we go, through turn 1, DRS on approach and DRS on the exit straight after. Only one detection point for that is just before turn 14. Throw it into turn 2. He's just fighting to get towards the apex there, and into turn 3, no left, keep going, full power through there. As we go up the hill a little bit towards turn number 4, a little lift and a little shift, just in case you don't want to slide off, especially on the harder tyres with full fuel, don't want to slide off there. Through turn 5, don't touch the curb there, that is dangerous. Turn 6 and 7, the quick chicane, you throw it through, you can take a little bit more corner on the left, it's all down to personal preference. Through the exit then of 8 into 9, this is sector 2, this is where it just flows. There's so little of second opportunity, even less when you get to sector 2. Your only chance is here, going down the hill, down towards turn 12. If you get a good exit from 11, the guy in front of you gets a not so good one, you have a small chance. Very small. Turn 13 again, this is a long left-hander, and this is going to set you up for the final corner. DRS section point is around there, and tight corner then. Exit 14, power down as early as you can, get the DRS open, and across the line, and there you go. So that is a flying lap here of the Hungaroring. And let's have a look quickly at the standings before we go into the race. Mason is your current championship leader. He's on 212. Jorn is on 203. Mason extending his lead last week. Be happy to sit. Just got a little margin there. JC there in third, comfortably in his race of his own. Then it comes a close battle. Fifth Camp Beaker, Dan Verdan, Busted, Fluffy Balls, Julian, all quite close together. Atomic there, Mr. Char in 10th place. Atomic there in 11th, followed by Livid, Kimmy, Noosa, Dennis, Nathan, Mute, John Boy, Dow, and Doctor bringing up the rear. So let's go from that. Let's have a look then at the constructors' standings for you. Hopefully. There we go. So Red Bull sitting pretty at the top there, 241. It's not a 2-for-1 sale, that is for sure. Williams there on 219. Toro Rosso at 207. They're in a little battle of their own there, those three. Then the battle for fourth, Haas and Mercedes, 1 point between them. Ferrari close behind as well, 5 points off the back of Mercedes. Then Renault, Alpha, Razor Point, and McLaren. And I was hoping not to put this up because we're not quite there. But, oh no, we're there unfortunately. But let's just ignore that screen. And let's go into the race. We don't want to look at that screen. We want to get into the racing. So no need for a track map. We're just going to get straight into the race. Or qualifying, should we say, not race. We're not quite at that point. I was hoping to time it without having to see that screen, which unfortunately did happen. It wasn't up there long enough, so I tried to get rid of it. And it's gone now, don't worry. So yes, qualifying just started. We've got 17:30 left on the clock. And just waiting for some action out on track. Mixture of tyres going on at the moment. It's looking like a lot of hard tyres are going to be the first thing. And Jorn appears, as always, Jorn seems to always be one of the first drivers to come out of the pits. He's so quick at getting the setup on, getting the tyres on, getting going. I'm trying to remember a race I haven't seen Jorn to be the first one out. And it'll probably be the time when it rained. As Dennis is unfortunately started from the back, he's only just joined qualifying. Qualifying has already started, unfortunately, and he hasn't got a car. He was the sole driver in the Alfa Romeos here, but he's not even going to drive in qualifying, so he's got about 20 minutes to chill, relax, put his feet up, and Livid better not be putting his feet up too quickly because he's left the session, so not the best start for him. All in all, as it stands coming into this, we had 18 drivers, 19 if you include Dennis. So we've got a very good grid on our hands, and hopefully we're going to have a very good race. This track is pretty notorious for being so hard to overtake. Most people here probably won't remember it, but I'll bring it up anyway. 1997. The Grand Prix here. Damon Hill in the Arrows. So nearly had the win here. And that just shows you how this track is. And Arrows is not a race winning car. It's not even a points finishing car. Back then, points was top 6. I hasten to say it probably wasn't even a top 10 car. But he was able to still manage to get it up there. Unfortunately, the car let him down. As Atomic's car let him down a little bit. And he so nearly had the win. Obviously, being a British Damon Hill fan. And yeah, it was heartbreaking to see. And that just shows you how this track is. It's not a fast track. And that is what allows the teams in real F1 that aren't quite as quick to still have a chance here. It's got the similarities in difficulty to overtake, tight, twisty sections as Monaco does, but it's got a big long straight which allows that overtaking when you get there. Obviously nowadays we do have the DRS, makes it a little bit easier, and they also have the hybrid engine which allows you to power on demand as such. Back in the old days there wasn't power on demand, it was this is all we've got and that's all we're getting. And yeah, so Jorn is going to finish off his first lap. No surprises that it's going to be the fastest unless he does something silly on this last corner, and he's not, and he's going to come across the line and do a 17.5. So let's see who else we've got. Fluffy Balls, he is coming around the final corner as well, so he'll set a time in a moment. And Jorn is the only person to have done a purple sector at the moment, as I've seen Shah has invalidated his lap. Dan is up to P2, Fluffy Balls P3. Mesa well off the pace, obviously made a mistake somewhere. Just cruising, 9 seconds off the pace he is. Baker coming up to the line. P2, not far off the back there. Jorn just over 1.5 tenths there. Doctor, where's he? He's coming towards the end of his. And we'll see what he can put on the board. Char did evaluate, he is going again. So we'll see what happens with that. Doctor's coming up to that final corner. We'll see what he can do. Dennis appears to lose time in pretty much every sector, according to my screen. First sector was alright. Second sector was second and a half slower, and then the final sector was obviously he'd given up at that point, so he just drifted. So maybe he made a little mistake somewhere, just a little wobble caused him to lose that time. Let's have a look at what Noose is doing. He's in mode 0. Stay with him because he could just be saving up the ERS. He's going to start. Move it up. No, he's not, so I don't think he is on a flight. Yes, he's invalidated. So let's have a look at Just Chilling. He's coming up to the line. And P7 for him. So in the mix, right in the middle, really. Livid Liberty, he's coming towards. He's also invalidated. So never mind. Mason goes fast as well. Second lap on those hards, and he's bang straight at the top. Happy with that, I bet. After he made a mess of his first lap. Interesting enough, no purple sectors at all for Meister. Jorn has 2 of them, and the only other person to have a purple sector. Oh, hello. What are you doing there, Mute? You're right, mate. You need to go the other way, dude. Don't get disqualified. I would turn quite quickly because you're about to get disqualified. Mute. Uh-oh, this could be bad for him. He's parked right in a nasty place as well, but not much you can do about it. If you can't get across the other side of the track. Recovery car. He's managed to recover it. He should be fine from there, but not sure if that was obviously that was a flying lap. That was the exit of the first corner. It's not how you want to start a flying lap by doing that. Let's have a look. Maybe that was Mesa. I was supposed to look at Anthony, but he's finished his lap. Let's have a look at Noosa then. Is he going? He is going. He just shifted down to mode 0. Did he invalidate? I think he might have done it again. That's not going well for Noosa. Have a look at Livid, the other driver has invalidated one of his laps. He's out there at the moment. Is he going this time? That one looks alright. He's in mode 5. So he's not backing out. And coming up to 2 corners to go then, 13 and 14. Long left, followed by long right. And we'll see what he can achieve. He's going pit stop. I thought, oh, this is typical, isn't it? That wall is so close. You just make a small mistake, you're losing a front wheel on that wall. Hopefully we won't see anyone doing that today. But look at P5, he'll be chuffed to bits, should we say, for that. Noosa mode 0, not going for it. Still to put in a time as Noosa's not going his day today. And he'll be bringing this one back to the pits. So, let's look up at Nathan. Oh, he had a purple sector 1, Nathan did. I was not expecting to see that, but has he made a mess in the second sector? He did a 29.2 comparison to a 27.8, but to do a purple sector 1, he just got to take confidence out of that, and we'll see what he can do later on. As he had the purple sector 1, he's lost it. This one has it now. As this track evolves, these times will start to just change all the time, quite literally, as purple sectors will come in left, right, and centre. The last man to start the lap will have the best opportunity to put in that flying lap, as it will be fully evolved. Mesa sets second sector purple, but his first sector purple's gone already. Jorn is on a charge behind him, so this could be a close time. There's only 300 between these two coming into this lap, and Mesa's going to need all of that and then some if he wants to hold off the charge of Jorn. Comes across the line, does improve, 4/10 up, whereas Jorn, he hadn't gone fastest in the second sector. That's not good. He's got to hit a mighty final sector. He needs to about a 10th off Mesa's 22.3. He was down by 10th and a half in sector 2, so this probably won't beat it. No, it has improved, just not enough. So he's 0.07 of a second off the pace of Mesa, and he's going to have to find out what he's going to do from there. As we've gone ball with Busted, he has still to put a lap in, but we'll keep an eye on him. As I think he might have just backed out there. It looks like he's backed out. And judging by this pace, I think he has. So we'll come back to him. I've just seen Dan up there in P3. He's gone green the first two sectors. Let's see how he does in the final sector. Looks set to improve, but can he split the Jorn Mesa Express at the top of the timings? Final corner then for Dan. What is he going to achieve? It is a 17.54, smallest of improvements, and he's let himself down in that final sector. He did not go fastest, so he lost a bit of time there. So he knows what he needs to do. He's good in the first, he's good in the second, he's just a bit off in the third. So he'll reset himself. We've got 8.5 minutes left of the session. And let's have a look further down. Where is Charles? Is he on a lap? He is on a lap. As he's thrown it into turn 3, fighting the car towards the apex. The apex you don't want to hit is up at turn 5. It's very similar to Bahrain turn 11, in that you don't want to get. You can touch it, but you don't want to get on it. If you know what I mean. Without sounding a bit too wrong. You can just snag the corner of that apex, but if you hit it too hard, you're getting rotated. And hopefully these guys will have that issue here today. Char is then coming towards, there we go, downhill towards turn 12, get split. He's up by 0.25, so looking good for some improvement here. Hopefully he's going to get this into the 17s, which will put him up battling with Fluffables and Dow. Final corner then for Char is definite green in first two sectors. Is he going to get green in the final? As he goes around that final corner, DRS comes right up and bang in time. Gets it into the 17s. A decent lap then for Char. P7 with a 17.8, 875 at that. So just off the back of Favorite, ahead of Fluffables. And we have finally got times, effectively we've got times from everyone. Buston's a little bit off the pace. He's done a 1:32 earlier, losing a lot of time in the second and final sectors. Obviously he made a mistake somewhere and had to just kept going, get a time on the board. But at this stage it doesn't really matter. If you're already last, you don't have to feel like you have to force yourself to get a time, but just keep going. Ooh, Anthony, that was close to that wall. can see he just did a quick steer away from it, and he has gone faster by half a second up to P14 then for Anthony. He's on those mediums. Just have a quick look at those tyres, and so he's the only person to put in a time on medium tyres. And it is unfortunate for him down there in 14th at 18.432. So 6 minutes left. We are getting towards the last few runs. We're going to have people coming out for one more and then another one if they have time. So Meister is on his way out. Jorn is still in the pits by the looks of things. Yeah, he doesn't appear to be any movement down there for him. Let's have a look who else is on a lap. Is Nick on a lap? He is. Up by 10th at the end of the first sector, so he's looking to improve and see what he can do. As Doctor for me, a game has loaded preset 4. Preset 4 is good at places like Monaco, places where you don't need that much front end grip, and so he's really going to struggle. He's going to be great on the straights, absolutely great. He won't be able to do anything else anywhere else, unfortunately. Just the lack of front end grip and a lot of corners here. He's not going to be too happy. Nathan brings it into the pits. As Busted has left the session. And I think we are at that time. Meister's saying we're not at that time. He says, I'm going for this. I'm just going to get in a lap. We'll get a sighter in. We're almost and pretty much are at that car before the storm point. 5 minutes left of the session. Meister is out. Is he just trying to enjoy the fact he's got a clear track and get a time in? He has gone purple in sector 1. Let's see how he does sector 2. Purple. No surprises there then. Is he going to nick this? He's got to nick this into the 116. So looks like he has backed off. I think he was just getting his eye in for those first two. Is he going to bring this in? He is. Yeah, he's got plenty of time to do this. He's going to change onto a fresh set of boots and go again. Anthony mode 0 doesn't appear to be going. Okay. And what about Dow? He's in the pits. Ah, some action finally. It's the Fry boys. They've come out Linus Thurn, and following him out, Char and Atomic. So these Fry boys will be looking to get themselves on that front row. If they can't get there, then they'll be really hoping for that second row. They have the pace in them. But Fifgam's really turned the wick up the last couple of weeks, and he's sitting pretty in P3. Really determined not to let any of those Ferraris in front of him. Particularly if he's driving a Mercedes, the last thing you want is a Ferrari in front of him. But what can you do? So Mason Young currently top of the timings, close battle between them, and we'll see how they get on. So we're waiting now for the last of these final laps. Anthony's still out there. Is he still going? He is in mode 5. He is. Looks like he's still going to go. His tyres are going to be shot by the time they get to the end. And hopefully for his sake he's not going to start in the top 10, because that is going to really make a mess. And it looks like he just hit the corner a bit too hard there. And he might have backed out. Yeah, he looks like he has, yeah. So let's go on board with Dan as he's just started that final flying lap. We'll see how he gets on. As we're coming then through turn 2. And he's got his teammate close behind, so hopefully he's not going to make a mistake and do something to his teammate. Just have a quick look at him, see how far back he is. He's not that far back, so if Dan has a spin, he could end up ruining his own teammate's lap. Risky ploy there from the Ferraris, but hopefully for their sake it's going to work. Dan hasn't gone purple in the sector 1, no surprise, because Meister did do a sector 1 lap earlier, sector 1 and 2 lap. They have gone faster than previous best, so that's good. They are set to improve. There you go, up by 7/10, and that's the purple sector there. So will this be a provisional pole then for Dan? Will Livid have any say about it? Livid's not gone faster. He's not far off the pace. Don't think he's going to be close enough to come the check flag though. As Dan comes around the final corner, DRS wide open. And there's the Fry coming behind him. And Dan does go faster. Livid does go P2. So Fry boys setting the early pace. Livid actually took purple in sector 2, so a good charge at the end from him. Let's see. Char's gone P3. Excellent time from him. Hopefully he can make use of that. Atomics P6. Let's see who's coming towards the end of the lap. Lucas just started his. Let's have a look further down quickly and see what's happening. Noosa just warming up his tyres. He's going to go again. Kimi is at the top. That's going through turn 11 down towards the stumble. With him, he's going towards the sector 2. And see if he can get there. Keeping our eyes on Meister and Jorn. Looking for those purple sectors to come in. I haven't seen any yet. We've got a minute left of the session. Kimi's coming around the final corner to complete his lap. He should jump up here. And he's going to jump up to P10. So good lap from him. Let's go on board then with Jorn. He's coming around the final corner. Is he going to get up to pole? He is going to get to pole. And he has put in a good time. Can Meister do anything about it? Or is he back? He looks like he's backed off actually. He's got one shot here then. 35 seconds left of this qualifying session. Meister backed off. He's going to go again. Where is Fifgump? He's coming around that final corner. He's up by half a second or so at the end of the second sector. Across the line P4. And in mode 0, so he's not going again. Beaker's a long way away. What about Fluffy Balls? He's coming towards the end of his lap. We've still got 17, 16, 15 seconds. So people that cross now still have a chance to do another lap if they so feel they can. Fluffy Ball comes across. P6 for him. Beaker's still got a long way to go. Down, where's he? He's coming. Oh, that's not the track there, dude. And that's the end of his qualifying. What about Nathan? Let's go on board with him. He's just lying in front. Let's have a cheeky look at him. He has gone faster than his previous in the first two sectors. Coming across the line. Is he going to move up? He does. P9 there for Nathan. So good jump from him. He's got a fair distance to go. Keeping our eyes though on Meister. Has just gone purple sector 2. This is it then for Meister. This is the final chance to get pole position. Jorn has it. He's done. He's in the pits. Oh, I was going to just say that. We will swap over to someone that could threaten the front two if Meister doesn't get it. And he does. Just nicks it. Let's have a look though. Dan, purple sector 2. Coming across the line. Oh, only P2, but look how close. 5,000 of a second off the pace of Meister. What a lap he's put in there. Fluffy Balls off track. He's not going to be improving. Just chilling in mode 5. He could be improving. Let's keep gap to leader there. Look at that. So close to those top 3. Can JC have any say in the top 3? And he does not improve, so he'll be at best P9. And that is it. Everyone else is either in the pits or finished or retired. And we just now wait for everyone to actually finalise themselves, which 2 cars left. And we shall be done. But what a close qualifying we had there. Let's have a look at the times. You can just about see. Unfortunately, it's not best to see better on the next screen, which we'll get in a second actually. Good timing, sort of. But there we go. So yeah, Meister taking the pole. You're not going to be starting behind him, not alongside him for a change. And I've learned my lesson not to skip that because it messed me up last week. Now I can. And it's not going to give me the times. Well, that's annoying. Well, I know Meister took pole. Jorn was P3. Dan was P2. And Dan missed out by 5 thousandths of a second. Jorn was less than a tenth. I think it was 700ths of a second off the pace of Meister. And we are Froze in 4th. I can tell you that. Williams was 5th. Not sure who that one is. Basically, I've got code on my left. That doesn't really make sense if you're not entirely sure what you're trying to read. Was it Williams? Or maybe Williams was 6th. Oh, there's a bit of guesswork here involved. Sorry. Red Bull was 7th. I know that. McLaren was 10th. I don't know who the drivers were. Unfortunately, I don't have that information. We didn't get to see the final qualifying results. But now we are in the ready up phase of this race. We can just wait for everyone to check their fuel levels, check their strategies, make sure they know what they're doing tyre-wise, make sure they know what the weather's doing, crucially, and get themselves ready to go. And here we go then for the formation lap. We're all on grid. We're all go. And there we go. You can now see the grid exactly how it should be. So it wasn't a Williams in 5th. It was Williams in 6th. It was a Mercedes in 5th. So there you go. Mesa from Dan, Yawn, Livid, Vivkamp, Beaker, Jar, Fluffy Balls, Just Chilling and Mute. In the top 10, just missing out there was Nathan, Atomic, Bastard, Kimmy, Dow, Doctor, Noosa, Anthony and Dennis, who missed out the entire qualifying, but he's managed to get into the race and he will be starting in the back in a charge towards the points. Let's have a look quickly at the tyre situation. So, real mixed bag up front. Softs, mediums, softs, mediums, softs, mediums, mediums, softs, softs, mediums. So, interesting qualifying. Dan then has real pace. I didn't realise he was on the mediums during that qualifying to finish that close to Meister. It's going to be interesting come the race to see how these all plans out. So everyone bar a few drivers actually. Nathan, Dow, Anthony and Dennis putting mediums on outside the top 10, though others are on hards. So it's going to be an interesting race, especially with the mixed bag of tyres we've got up front. 2 Ferraris on mediums, 2 championship battlers on softs. Now we're going to see how this is going to work out for them. But I think that definitely does show that Dan had some serious pace there in qualifying. To even come that close with medium tyres in comparison to most of the softs. But we will be now taking up positions at the... on the grid, sorry, not at the grid. Dennis is going to be the last man to bring up the rear. So we are now... They're not on softs apparently. Are they all mediums then? See if I can find from here what it says there. There says softs on there. Unfortunately there's nothing I can do about that. All mediums. Okay, thank you for the update, Mr. Ravenduck, sir. So, well, we go with what we see. They're all mediums. But the lights are off, and we're off then for the Hungarian Grand Prix for the Delta Racing competition. And all 19 cars slide down towards that turn 1, and they're all getting away cleanly so far as Meister comes across the cover Dan. And that's going to allow you on a shot around the outside. He's going to take it there on Dan. He's up to P2, but Dan's going to have a chance back down on him as Beaker's making ground. And there's upside alongside his teammate now. He's going to look down the inside. He knows better to make a dive from there. And he's going to have to hold on now to P7. And everyone's away cleanly. No serious issues by the looks of things off the start, which is good to see as we come up towards this tricky turn 5. Don't take too much of that curve because that can lose you back end. Oh, there you go, Beaker trying to show us how it's done. He did get on the curve, but he didn't have the full bad effects he nearly did. His back end did step out on him just a little bit. So, let's have a look at the big gainer so far. Beaker down a place to his teammate, just shooting up 3, so he's off to a good start. Further back, Dennis is up quite well, up 4 places. Beaker runs very wide, not as wide as his teammate does though. And Fluffy Balls is on the rear then of these Williams. Ooh, still quite tight. No surprise there, it's such a hard track to overtake. It's going to be that way for a fair bit of the race until we start getting some DRS. Then it's going to be a real battle to see if you can try and put away. There's Meister, no surprise, testifies to that. And already has a 0.7 lead. It's not 0.7 on your screen. It is 0.7 on my telemetry data. And the timings will be updated at the end of the next lap as Dow and Dennis are swapping places back there. 13th and 14th, they're going alongside each other on the exit of turn 1 down towards turn 2. Dennis is a nose ahead, but Dow is still down there and he's not going to send it. As Kimmy actually, alongside Nathan, he's going to have to back out of that one and does. Looks to come back at him on the exit. He's just not got enough power coming off the corner to send it at all. Beaker and Fluffy Balls are swapping places. Beaker drops down 1. He looks down the inside of Fluffy, not going to go for it this time. And Fluffy Balls, massive tank slapper off that corner. And Beaker now going to sit back in and wait for his opportunity to come back through. If he gets that opportunity, there's Mute and Bastard are swapping places further behind. They've gone side by side off the corner. Dennis just drives off the corner. They're going to go 3 wide towards this corner. This could end badly, but it's not going to. Dow's looking down the inside there and Mute. He's actually got the position for now, but Mute's on the inside. And hasn't got it. No, he hasn't. He's lost that. He's going to lose that again. It's just sliding it. And speaking of sliding, there goes Kimi. Oh, he slid into bits. Was that planned? It was sideways. Did he just get nudged and then dove into the pits as a result? Definitely looks like that. Let's have a look at what's happening in terms of the pit lane. We've got nose change there for Kimi. He's obviously picked up some damage. Noosa is not having a nose change. Where is Mute? He's having a nose change. And Noosa is as well, I suspect. So I can't see from this angle, but based on that pit stop time, he can only have been having a nose change. Yep, I can see the nose being put away in the background, but let's go back on track then. Meister is starting to pull a little lead. Points 8 now clear of Yorn there in P2. As Justin is batting the field camp there for P5. And he's not going to get close just yet. He's close, but he's not going to get as close. DRS is going to come into effect on the next home straight. We've had it activated. Doesn't come in for the rest of that lap. Based on the fact the detection point is before the start finish line. Some tracks it's after, so you actually get it almost immediately, particularly looking at what should we call it? Austria. Oh, just chilling big. Thanks for coming off. Is Fluffy close enough? No, he's not. JC's managed to. He saved the slide. Doesn't lose anything. And Fluffy is right there up the rear. This bastard is in the pits as well. There's a fair few pit stops going on, a lot of tangling happening at the back of the grid. Yes, Fluffy's sizing up JC, hoping for another tank slapper from him. But the front two are starting to pull away. Look at this. This is Dan, P3. The front two are already nearly 2 seconds ahead of him. He's now starting to back the pack up as the front two go racing. Yellow there in sector 3. Who's had a spin? It is Noosa off the final corner and towards the wall. Did he pick up any damage on that car? Yes, he did. Front right has been smashed. Front end plate on that one has gone as FIFA Camp is sizing up the Ferraris in front of him. He's starting to get held up a little bit here now by Dan. And we'll be waiting for this DRS. Will he have an opportunity to make an overtake? He's going to have to get a great drive off because Livid is also going to have DRS. And it's not going to be close enough because Livid has just got the power off the corner. So just the same, really. There's a lot of cases he's got it so much better. JC close to fifth camp, but not close enough to have a go. And we are now in the nature of Hungary. That's it for overtakes for this week. Well, this lap. See you next lap. Unless someone makes a big mistake, or even just runs a bit too wide, there won't be many overtakes now for these front runners until the next home straight. JC can always get another tank slapper, and that will change things a little bit, I think. But to make an overtake anywhere else on the track, you've got to be really close to the guy in front, or hope he makes a really big mistake. So let's have a look. Let's just have a look up front quickly and see how the front runners are getting on. Fifth camp, the 3-second penalty to his name. First one of the day, unfortunately for him, and it's still early doors. Lap 5. He's going to have to reel that in, sort himself out, because that penalty that early can really change your race. And particularly, you know, I've got this after only completing 5 laps. I've done something seriously wrong. Need to reset myself. If you do it with 5 laps to go, you think, to be fair, I've made a few mistakes, so I'm lucky to only get 1 penalty. But no changes up front once again. You're sitting in the slipstream here of Meister to go through turn number 3, and no chance to go through. I would be showing you guys the tyres, but the tyre situation is a little bit bugged. You can see all those on 0 lap old softs are actually 5 lap old mediums, so just ignore that. All the front runners are on the same age tyres, bar what they did in qualifying. It's just the game isn't quite sure. So So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, what am I doing? So I was going to have a look further back, but no one's even close enough to consider a dive at this point. Just on board with Yawn and Meister to come round second last corner and see if Meister is going to have to do some defending here from Yawn. Yawn's going to have to get a good drive off. He's half a second off the pace as Noose is retired. That's a pit lane retirement for him. That's unfortunate. And hopefully he's not going to be thrown out and cause a safety car. Safety cars can really change the race. But on one side you've got all the front runners are all on the same tyres, so it's not a case of someone's gone for a different strategy out front. Just changed now. It's starting to drop off the back of the camp. 1.4 is the gap between him, or between them. Yawn, a 3-second penalty. That's not good. It's similar to Vane. So you don't want to get a penalty that early in the race. And that's really going to weigh heavy on him as Mute also retires. And that looks more like an actual incident, actually, as that's 3 laps old. And we'll see if we can see where that incident's occurred as we come up towards. We're in sector 3 now, and we'll see. Could be on that final corner, or could be anywhere really in sector 3, particularly in pit lane entry. Just lost it. And we come round the final corner. Let's see where that incident is. See if we see any damage. There's some damage on the left. It may well have just been there. I have been thought it was on the final corner. Not entirely surprising. We've seen it already today. Losing on the final corner. But as they were from last time around on lap 8 of 35. And still waiting for some battles to appear. They're all quite close, but the thing is, Livid's probably not really attacking Dan because he doesn't want to, and that's helping him defend against Vivgam. But if Livid got past Dan, could he pull away and catch up with the front two? Could that be possible? Probably not. No offense to Livid, but I don't think he's got the pace to run with the front two. Dan, on the other hand, has got the pace and he's not using it. He's currently sat down in P3, falling back off these front two. He's now 3.5 seconds off the pace. I just wonder if Dan and Livid are in communication with each other, just discussing what they are doing. Are they staying as is? Is Dan going to let Livid pass to have a chance to pull away? But do they want to stay as they are? Because if Livid pulls out a 1 second lead on Dan, then Dan could be passed easily by Vivgam. It's an interesting situation in all honesty. So what they are going to go, I don't know. They are staying as is for now. And the closest battle is still out front between Yawn and Meister. 0.4 is going to actually Vivgam has just closed in a little bit on Livid and won't be actually closing up though. Unfortunately, he had closed into a couple of tenths, but unable to do anything with it as Livid does a little bit of jump with his leg. And Yawn and Meister still close together, so still waiting for the action to appear. Livid runs a little bit wide there. And nothing comes of Livid's little mistake there. Yawn has just gone purple in sector 1, so he's stepping his game up, I think, by most of things. He's starting to charge after Meister. And we'll see if Vivgam can catch up on the two Ferraris, but it's going to be so hard. They're both supplying DRS or switching to each other. Well, not to Dan, but Livid can sit there and make it even harder because effectively Vivgam is a second away from overtaking Dan, which is a big challenge. Dennis is closing up the chart, so it looks like we might have an overtake here. Half a second is the gap. Is he going to get close enough on the straight? Not looking down the inside here. Is he going to have a chance on the exit then for Dennis? Or is he quite happy? Oh, that could have been a wall coming Dennis's way instead of a car. And he's definitely going to have to assist now after that little Little slide off the corner. And he's fighting this car. It's not pointing the way he wants it to. And he's really gonna... He needs to catch up and pass Char, because there's a big gap in front of him between Char and Beaker of 5 seconds. As we are going to be starting to approach the pit window for the medium tyres, probably in the next 5 laps, I'd say, give or take. I've said that before, and then come up the next lap, but I think we're looking probably around lap 15 to 20. I think it's the pit stop window, probably more towards 15. But Char has a chance here to get the overtake. Let's have a look quickly. Vivkamp and Livid, 0.4 is the gap. Oh, where's JC? Has he got a chance here actually? Vivkamp had to close the DRS there for a moment and get off the power. JC's going to be close, but he's going to have to switch it back to the inside if he wants to go there. And he's not going to. Behind Beaker and Fluffables, they are close. And Dennis is now trying to make a move here on Char. He's going to go round the outside. And Char's going to defend there, but they are side by side coming off the corner. A little bit of nudging going on between them. Char's going to be down the inside into 2. And Dennis has the move. Char now has to sit back in behind, getting their elbows out there. The overtake is done, and the front part is now starting to spread out a little bit, so hopefully this means we're going to head towards a few more overtakes in the coming laps as these medium tyres are starting to fall away a little bit. The hard tyres should start coming to their own in the next few laps. So we'll keep our eyes on Atomic and see if he can close up to Char. As Beaker using everything he can to catch up to Fluffables. And Fluffables trying to do the exact same to catch up to JC and break that 1 second window, but it doesn't appear to be the case. And Beaker's got a shot here if he's going to go for it. He's got to get a great last corner and hope for Fluffables makes a mistake. And I don't think he's going to be that close. Fluffables has to go defensive, both in mode 4. Beaker's closing up, has a little look, but knows better. But just so keen to get the power down off that first corner. Just making that back end slider out. As Nathan comes in on those medium tyres, going for a solitary pit stop. Let's have a quick look. See, oh, he's got a nose change as well, so that's probably why he's come in at that point. He's had enough of that lack of front end grip, and he's gone, I want new tyres as well to go with it. And he's going to come out behind Kimmy, who's just going through now. But Nathan has done his one and only pit stop. He's trying to get to the end on those tyres. Meanwhile, Beaker's trying to get on the end of Fluffables. He's dropping back. He had dropped back. It was nearly a second ago. And he's now got it within 0.6 there. So he will get DRS on the home straight. Let's have a look at Livid and Daniel quickly. They've been together the whole race, but nothing happening between them in terms of overtakes. Livid a bit of a slide. Is that going to give Vivkamp a chance? Beaker's in the pits. He's going for the early stop. He's going for the undercut. And on the, well, on quite a few drivers, I think he's definitely going to try for Fluffables. He might get his teammate and some of the other top drivers. Depends on where he comes out. If he comes out in clean air, he's got a great chance of pushing those hards and getting some places as a result. As Yawn and Mace are still close together, riding that curve on the outside of turn 4. Let's see, where has Beaker come out? 3-ish seconds off the back of Dow. Let's see what that changes to on the exit of this corner. He's actually got DRS as well, that's useful. So yeah, it's about 3.6 seconds off the back of Dow. He'll close that up relatively quickly, and well, once he gets past Dow, there's a nice big gap between Dow and Atomic for him to sit into. But that'll be where everyone else is going to try and drop into, as Livid is still on the back of his teammate. They must have seen Beaker pitting. They must know that he is trying an undercut. Is one of them going to try and block it? There's a little bit of rubber banding going on there for Livid. As Yawn is coming in, and so is Dan. Vivkamp is staying out, so Livid will still have DRS in attempts to defend. But Yawn has going for the undercut. Beaker's triggered everyone. Jorn is coming in, he's going on for hard tyres. Graphics now fixed itself, so where is he going to come out? Let's have a look. Where's Beaker? Is he going to come out ahead of either of these two drivers? I don't think he will. Jorn's already out. Dow is still ahead of Beaker. And he's now got Dow between himself and Dan for Beaker, so he's going to have to try and work that one out. So let's have a look. Char is on the rear of Dennis here. I did say 15. As far as I'm concerned, I'm right, because Meister's probably going to pick this lap. And it's around the right time anyway. So, I'm claiming that as personal victory. So, let's have a look at our race leader. Meister, is he going to come in? Green spanner is on his HUD. That means it is pit stop window. It doesn't mean come in now. He is coming in now anyway. He goes through the bumpy entrance to the pit lane. Right, where is Jorn? Let's have a look. Meister going down the pit lane. Jorn is second to last corner. Come out to it now. Is he going to come out ahead? Or is Meister going to lose out here to Jorn? Has Jorn done what he needs to do on this outlap? Purple sector 2. I think that's a good sign that he's doing everything he can. Dennis is staying out for a little extra. Where's Meister? Coming out the pit lane now. Where's Jorn? Right alongside him. Is Jorn going to take the lead? No, he's not. Meister's still there. But they are so close. Jorn has to use what he's got now. The fact he's got warmer tyres to make the move while he can. And he's not going to. A little nudging going on between two. But Meister holds off Jorn. And now we're into the second sector. And this is where it gets really difficult. Jorn's had to back off to go up the hill towards turn 4. And Meister has done exactly what he needed. And just come out ahead of Jorn. My God, that was close. Down with a 3-second penalty down there in 10th, not 11th. And so Meister's effectively his race lead. Dennis is still up there in the actual lead. As there's some swapping going on. Doctor's just been taken by Charles. Dow got taken by Fluffballs in the same sort of area. And we're going to go and keep our eyes on this race lead. As they're coming up to the final corner, has Meister's tyres got enough heat in them to get the drive off this corner? Dennis is now in, so we are effectively at the front. They should be in the correct positions. And Jorn is going to be close. He's in mode 4. He's going to look in. He's looking. He's not going. He's not sending it down the inside there. And has to sit in behind Meister now. Let's have a look further back. JC and Beaker, two Williams teammates. They are playing the team game here. They need some good points this week. They want to keep up their battle with the top 3. They've dropped back a little bit recently, but so Ferrari wise, Dan is still ahead of Livid. Vivacamp's still behind him, so nothing gained, nothing lost for those 2 or 3. Beaker's earlier pit stop has promoted him up ahead of his teammate and ahead, crucially, of Fluffy Balls. So we'll see how it works out. Obviously, he's going to have a few lap or couple laps older tyres come the checkered flag. But we're about to finish lap 16 of 35, and the race is on at the front. It's been on for the entire race, but a lack of overtakes has happened as Jorn has gone purple in sector 2 again. Purple sector 1 went to Vivkamp. And Meister goes fastest though. Jorn may have hit a purple sector, but it doesn't guarantee you the fastest lap. Is the fastest lap going the way of Vivkamp? No, it's not. It's done a decent lap, but not fast enough. As the 2 Ferrari boys are squabbling. Atomic is now being caught, which does add a little bit more spice to this mixture. Atomic is in complete rights to defend his place. He is not being lapped. He's on 16 old hard tyres. And he's just got to be careful as Atomic, because there's going to be 3 cars in quick succession wanting to come past him. And as I say, he's in completely right to try and defend his position, but it can end badly for him if all 3 cars are trying to overtake at the same time. We'll see coming off the final corner in half a lap's time on how he fares. Fluffy Balls hit a 3-second penalty a moment ago. He's still on the back end of Just Chilling with Beaker, just ahead of the... well, Just Chilling. I was trying to avoid saying just, but I've said it. Never mind. So Livid is right on the rear of Dan. Atomic's getting a little bit out of it and not coming in, so Dan is going to be bunched up behind him. Where is Fifth Camp? He's bunched up as well. Oh, was big tank sniper for there for Livid. That's going to allow Fifth Camp a great chance. They're going to go side by side. Meanwhile, side by side in front. Is Fever Camp going to take this? The answer to that is going to be no or yes, is it? He's taking the outside line. He has neck and neck, but he's now a little bit behind. He needs to almost just send it, and he does just send it. Is he going to work out for him? The answer to that one is no. Ooh, Livid just leaving a little nudge, just let him know he's there. But Dan has escaped. That's what's happened during that slide for Livid. He's got past Atomic. Livid hasn't, which has allowed Dan. It's going to allow him to pull away a little bit, which is going to put Livid under pressure from Vivkamp come the start-finish straight. And all at the same time, the two Williams is just behind us, still battling, and that's starting to bring them in a little bit as they just close up. Simple as that. Atomic is now not getting DRS from Dan, which changes a little bit how it's going to work for Livid, because he's got to get past and catch up to Dan if he wants to keep doing what I can only assume they are doing on purpose in keeping each other behind. There's no real attacking from either of them. Livid's coming around the final corner. He's going to have DRS. Doesn't lose the back end this time around. So they're going to snake down this home straight. The Williamses are getting close as well. Actually, the Williams are getting very close. Fluffy Balls is looking to make a move on, just sitting behind, and doesn't do anything. Fivkamp is now stuck behind Atomic, but he's got past. He's now up to P5, whereas Atomic is not coming back down the inside. No, he's not. He's smart. As Kimmy from P13 is going to pit. Final pit stop for him. And he's not had a good day. There's a fair few down the back end of the grid. Had an early incident in the race. I think we saw 4 or 5 pit stops before the end of the third lap. And yes, so Atomic is going to start dropping back. Vivkamp is in a good position here, because if Livid can't catch up to Dan, Livid won't get DRS, which is going to give Vivkamp a chance down the home straight. It's a very small chance. Based on the current gap, it's a very, very small chance. Let's have a look at Beaker, who's on the back of Atomic as Nathan picks up a 3-second. We'll do a penalty rundown once Atomic is out of the way, either via pitting or being overtaken, because this is where our concentration is at the moment. Beaker's going to want to get past as soon as he can. He does have his teammate on behind, and Fluffy Balls behind that. DRS there for Beaker, so he's going to get through this time. Just Chilling isn't going to get through unless he takes a bit of a dive, and he takes a nudge on the back there. As Fluffy Balls is actually going to come past JC there. Going to have to go the long way around. JC just blocks him off. And Fluffy Balls takes a very, very wide line. That's not going to help him. Just Chilling on the back of Atomic. This is for 7th and 8th. And Just Chilling knows that it is hard to overtake here. He's going to have to wait. Waiting his turn. Vivkamp, meanwhile, up in P5. 0.5 of a second off Livid. Livid just made a little mistake there. It's going to give Vivkamp a chance. He's not going to take advantage of said chance, but that's dropped him even further back off Dan, who's in P3. And Vivkamp has a good opportunity here coming down the home straight. Just Chilling is trying to make moves on Atomic, so let's keep our eyes on Vivkamp for now, and we'll come back to Just Chilling and Atomic, or Just Chilling and the Hasses, should we say, because it's both of them there. But Vivkamp 0.3, Atomic does pit, so that has unleashed Just Chilling. Vivkamp looks unleashed as well. He's going to go round the outside here of Livid. And Livid, a bit of a corner cut there. It's going to allow Vivkamp a great drive off the corner. Where is Livid? Alongside, a little bit of nudging going on there. Livid trying to come across. and came across a little bit too soon and just nudged the back end there. Fiefkamp, nothing to come in with it. And there we go. So Fiefkamp is up to P4. He can now set a charge on Dan, who's 10 seconds off the back of the front two. The front two are just streaming out there today. Let's have a look at Fluffy Balls. He's still there on the rear of Just Chillin'. And we'll do a quick penalty rundown for you. Meister, 0 penalties of his name. Yawn, 3 seconds. Dan on 0. Fiefkamp on 3. Livid on 3. Beaker, 0. Just Chillin' on 3 along with Fluffy. Dennis on 0. Char also on 0 along with Atomic. Dow and Nathan on 3. And then everyone else on 0 except for Kimmy, who's on 3. So as it stands, it's going to make a bit of a change in the front order. Even if Yawn gets past Meister, he will not hold the position unless something happens in these closing stages. We're on 22 of 35. Anything can happen in all honesty on this closing few. Sorry, I'm reading my text messages. Just got an exciting one. I was happy with that. So Fluffy Ball's unable to make a move there. Just Chilling, and has actually dropped back as well, or making a little mistake coming off the corner. It's now Just Chilling to pull out a little bit of a lead, and he'll be happy with that. Livid in the meantime, still hovering on the back end of Fiefkamp, as Fever's starting to pull up onto the back end of Dan. 1.2 is the gap there. Let's have a look up front towards these guys. The front two has just been neck and neck the entire race. They pissed at different times, but haven't really. They had a battling on the first lap of the pit stops, but since then Meister's dominated it as Livid uses all the track. I don't believe they are punishing people for the turn 11. If they are, there's going to be a lot of post-race penalties. That needs to say, everyone is out there. And I think the approach they're taking is, if the game doesn't give it, we ain't giving it. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. That's just what I'm feeling, because everyone seems to be using it. So Livid with DRS. He's not really going to be in a position to overtake Fiefkamp. We'll just close up a little bit. As Fiefkamp's now 1.1 off the back of Dan. Yawn is still relatively close to Meister. Meister's managing this race really well. ERS, look at that. Meister's still on 57% ERS. Yawn's on 62. There's so little between them. But that just shows that Meister's got such a better car on the exit of the corners than Yawn does. Especially the exit of the first corner, as Livid picks up a penalty, 3 seconds to his name. That puts him to 6 seconds. As it stands, 6 seconds is going to cost him. Let's see, he's definitely going to lose the Beaker. Definitely, well, might lose the JC, depends. It's right on here. JC has 3 seconds. Fluffy Balls also has 3 seconds, so he should be safe. And Dennis is within. No, he's got 3 seconds. No, Dennis doesn't have any, but he's just outside 6 seconds. So Dennis can up his game and he's got a chance of claiming that position of Livid. Yawn, look at that. He just doesn't get the drive off the final corner. Meister does every single time. That's just helps him defend. Let's have a look at Fluffy Balls and JC. They come around the final corner. Fluffy Balls, DRS is open. He's only in mode 3, so he's not pushing too hard. And a little bit on grass there, it's going to just slow him down a bit. But I think if he had put that into mode 4, he could have had a chance into the first corner. But for now, he's going to sit in the rear of Just Chilling. Both of these guys with 3 second penalties. This is actual racing. They are both neck and neck. Let's have a little look further back. Nathan is close to Dow. Not close enough, though, so unfortunately make a move. What about Bastard and Doctor? Doctor's got a terrible setup, he's told me. And Bastard slips on past. Where's Doctor going to go? Is he going to look for that switch back? Ooh, not if that car slides like that, he won't. And he's now fallen quite far back of Bastard. Bastard up to P14. Let's have a look. Fiefkamp and Dan Livid's dropped off the back of these guys. He's unable to keep up the pace of Fiefkamp. Fiefkamp will then have a shot here at his teammate on the home straight. 3 seconds of penalties to the Mercedes man, 0 to the Ferrari man in front of him. So going to be close enough? I don't think he will. No. 8 tenths is the gap there. Not really a chance to make an exit. Let's have a look further back. Just chilling and Fluffables. They're not really that close either, unfortunately. What about Dow and Nathan? They are at the other end of the track, but they're on their way. They are relatively close battling wise. 0.7 is the gap at the moment. And Dow turn the wick up and catch up to Nathan here. Nathan with very, very wide line. Atomic's gone fastest. Down there in 11th. If he can get an extra position, he's going to get more points. His feet count. Another 3-second penalty. That's kind of ruined his chance of the podium here today. Dow is not going to be making moves on Nathan. Nathan is just a little bit quicker coming out of that final corner. Let's have a look at Fidgecamp. He's not doing well here today. We're on 25 of 35. It's 6 seconds the penalties to Fidgecamp. 6 seconds to Livid. Beaker just chilling, or Beaker especially, is looking kind of happy down there in 6th place. As it stands, he's going to end up 4th. If Dan picks up a penalty, he may end up even higher. So keep your eyes on that. That could change in a flash. As you come onto the home straight, then DRS is open as per usual for Fidgecamp. And 0.4, 0.33, he's not going to be close enough unless he's going for a massive dive. But you know, it's better. He's going to get a small chance here. This DRS rate down here isn't bad, but it's just not really that good. As Buster picks up a 3-second penalty back there in 14th. Fidgecamp's looking for an outside line, but will struggle to stay on the outside. And 0.269 is the gap between these two as they go through turn number 4 at the end of that first sector. And who is Fidgecamp going to get a chance to overtake? He's even looking for a chance to overtake here, to be honest. He knows he's got so many penalties. He can just keep up the pressure on Dan. Make Dan... Oh, don't do that though. Make Dan make some mistakes. If Dan picks up a couple of penalties, Fidgecamp's in luck here, but we're on 26 of 35 now. They are running out of opportunities to see. They're about to finish lap 26 actually, so they're about to start lap 27. And Fidgecamp going to be close enough. He's in a good position here. 0.4 is the gap on the final corner. Dan is just so much better in the final sector. It's still close though. 0.4 is the gap. And looking, ooh, nearly hitting, so nearly hitting the back end of that Ferrari. Just keep up the pressure, make him make the mistakes. Fluffables and Justin not that close either, and Dow and Busted not really close at the moment. Let's have a quick look and see if Dow is not leaving any DRS here, unfortunately. Oh, he is. Just, that must have been about a couple of thousandths away. Dow's going to get DRS, going to close himself up a little bit. It's Busted, but Busted on those medium tyres is looking racy out there today. As Fidgecamp is right up the back end of Dan. Livid's caught up a little bit as well as these guys started to just drop back a little bit. I have been informed Yawn has a DRS failure. Let's have a look at that, see if we can see it not working. Has come off the final corner. There you go, it is not working. And he's really going to struggle because Mace is so quick off that final corner. Yawn kind of needs that DRS, I think, just to stay with him. And he's 7 tenths as the gap now. It's just starting to increase a little bit. Fidgecamp and Dan close together going into the braking zone for turn 1. And Dan's still holding him off. Still doing everything he needs to do. Oh, Fidgecamp's looking around the outside there. He's going to have this. That is a mighty chance. He's got the inside here for turn number 3. Dan is a little bit off track. Fidgecamp left in room, but Dan still has the position anyway. And holds on to P3. Fidgecamp isn't... even if he gets the place, it's all going to be for now at the end of the day. He does have 6 seconds penalties to his name, similar to Livid. What needs to happen from behind is just Chile needs to catch up. He's got 3 seconds. If he can really catch up to the back end of Livid and Fidgecamp, then he's got a chance of getting more positions. Beaker's sitting in a good place at the moment with 0 penalties. But at the moment he's only going to gain Fivkamp and Livid. Even if Dan picks up a 3-second, Beaker's not going to be close enough. So hopefully for the Williams boys, this battle's going to go on for the rest of the race and just bring them closer and closer together. As Fivkamp comes off that final corner once again, DRS is open. DRS is open for the man behind as well, so he's going to have to be careful. Oh, that's a dive and a half. Has he got through that? I think he's going to have to give that back. I think he has given it back. I think, well, it looked like he gave it back and then just drove clean off the track. He's going to lose out there to Beaker. Has he picked up damage? No, he's just, I think he's just made a mistake and really frustrated with it. He's had to bail out now. He's dropped back behind Beaker. And this is really, really bad now for Fivkamp because he has so many penalties to his name. Just Chilling Fluffables behind, only have 3 seconds. Dennis has nothing and is in absolute prime position to take advantage of this. Jar's a bit too far back to worry about at the moment, assuming Fivkamp doesn't do anything else before the end of this race, but Livid and Dan are close together. I don't know if they're going to be having team orders, but Livid has 6 seconds of penalties compared to Dan's 0. Is it within the Ferrari's best interest to try and let Livid go to try and get as much lead as possible over the likes of Beaker and Fluffables, just in case their lack of penalties? Well, Fluffables has 3 seconds, but so it's just showing. Is he going for it? It looks like he's going for that. Looks like a defensive and a move over there from Dan. You can generally tell if it's a move over or not by the fact he's still attacking. It is not a move over. Doesn't appear to be anyway. And he's going to sit back now into P4. He will get P3. He wants to check if Alec falls. Assuming he doesn't do anything crazy like pick up penalties. Fluffables still in 8th on the back of Just Chilling. 0.3 is the gap there. Both equal on penalties for these two. We'll have a quick final penalty rundown for you. Let's just see if Busters is going to make a move here on Nathan. He's going to go around the outside. Looking for that switch back. He's going to get it. Slots back into the slipstream. DRS is open. Going to try again around the outside here. Nathan just squeezing him. And Nathan, great defence there. Holds the position for now. And I think Busters is now out of opportunities for this lap to go for the overtake. So let's switch back up to the front and see how they get on. Yellow in sector 2. That, oh, has Nathan had a mistake? He must have done. He's dropping back. He's going to lose the place here to Dow. He's lost a lot of front wing as well to go with it. It did look like he hit a lot of corner on the inside of turn 4. And is that what cost him? I suspect so. As meanwhile up front, Fivkamp is still trying to close up to Beaker. Jorn appears to have got his DRS fixed, or appears to be fixed anyway, as he's closed back up to Meister. But quick penalty rundown for you on lap 31 off 35. Oh, Jorn, no! Jorn's made a big mistake there. He's corrected it, but he's lost a lot of time to Meister. He really has a 3-second penalty to his name, and Jorn has left the session. Oh no, that wasn't a mistake, that was just a lag got to him. And that's going to put him in the clutches, potentially, of Dan. Is he going to lose that time fast enough? And is that Jorn's power issue for his computer coming back to bite him in the arse? So the gap is currently 12.3 seconds between Jorn and Livid. Look at it, it's just dropping. Jorn, has that happened? I think it happened last week as well. He got back in and salvaged some points. As it stands, he's going to be, I think he might lose a couple of places, but we'll soon see. As we just watching, look at the time, it's just tumbling. Quick penalty rundown then while we're still watching what happens here. Jorn has 3 seconds, Livid has 6 seconds, 0 for Dan and Beaker. Fivkamp has 6 seconds, Just Chilling has 3 along with Fluffables. Dennis in 9th has 0, same as Char. 11th place, you've got Atomic, who's got 3 along with Bastard and Dow. Doctor is on 0 along with Anthony. And Kimmy and Nathan both add back on 6 seconds of penalty. So, look at that, he's just tumbling 8 seconds an hour, the gap between Livid and Yawn. I mean, Livid's running very wide there. Danny's just not close enough. Can Yawn get back in and salvage a P2 here? He's probably got, based on how much he's lost there, he was about 12 seconds ahead when that died, and he's lost nearly 6 seconds of it in 1 lap. Let's look at the lap times actually, because Macy's done a 20.4 and yours done a 25.2. That's what Livid did. Livid does a 20 on the nose, so he's lost 5 seconds in 1 lap, so he's got to get back in this lap if he wants to salvage P2. I think Dan, he's been on. Yon has got back in, right. Now he's got to get control of the car. He will salvage, as it stands, he will salvage P2, which should be kind of relieved about at the end of the day. Meanwhile, further back, actually, Fluffables and Just Chillin' have swapped places, so that is for actual position. There's no... the penalties between these two are the same, as FIFA gets his 9 seconds, or his third 3 seconds, so he's on 9 seconds. And Dennis has actually stepped his game up a little bit, and he's up on the back end of Just Chillin'. None of the guys in front of him, he's got no penalties, the guy in front of him don't have penalties, so I get myself confused there. So has Yawn managed to take control yet? Yes, he has. He's got a 3-second lead off Livid. A 4.2 from Dan. Dan's his main concern here. Dan has no penalties. Yawn has 3 seconds. The problem is, has the AI wrecked his tyre temperatures or anything like that? He's taken control. He's done a relatively decent pace final sector. Just a bit slower than Mesa, but slightly faster than everyone else in the top 5 anyway. So he just needs now to put together, he's got 2 laps left. He just needs to keep it calm, keep it going. Put it behind you that what's just happened, and just go. Just keep going. Don't give up just yet. It may look all doom and gloom for you, Yawn, but it's not over until that checker flag falls. Just Chillin' is hoping it's not over until the checker flag falls. He's still on the back of Fluffables. This is effectively a battle for 8th and 9th, because Dennis is close enough and without penalties at the moment to take both of these two. As yellow is set for 2. Livid's had an off. He's dropped down 2 places. That is his chance for a podium gone. And Livid is now coming under pressure from Fluffables. Livid does have 6 seconds to his name, and as it stands, Yawn will still be holding the podium. He's only got 3 seconds penalty to his name. Dan has 0. Yellow in sector 3 as Fluffables is gone. What's happened? Must have tangled with JC, because JC's dropped place as well. I kind of want to see where this accident was, but if JC's going to get close enough, let's have a quick look at JC. He's not going to be close enough. Where was the incident? It was there on the final corner. Did he hit the pit lane entry? He's got a ball with Busted as he's coming up to the final corner. It was just there, so maybe he did hit the pit lane entry or something daft like that. That was mid-corner, so that's a strange place to lose control of the car. Unless he just went straight on into the wall. There's the damage on the left. Maybe he got a nudge from Dennis or a nudge off JC. That would explain why JC's dropped so far back, actually. Has JC picked up damage? Yes, he has. So that kind of says there was potentially a coming together between JC and Fluffables. In the meantime, Mesa has taken the win. While we speculate what's happened between those two, Fevercamp's close to Beaker, but too many penalties to his name to take anything. Yawn will come across in P2. Dan will be P3, penalty free. Oh, just. That's interesting. That was a 6-second swing. My data says he only had 1 penalty. Fevercamp drops down to 7th. Beaker gets P4. Dennis, good result from him, P5. He'll be happy with that one. Just Cheney comes across the line in 8th. Char coming around the final corner, he'll claim 9th, and he is penalty free, so he will hold that position. Atomic is the last man to cross the line in the points positions. He'll claim 10th, and he'll hold that. Let's have a look. Doctor and Dow, they're relatively close. It's going to be a little battle round the last. It's just not close enough. I was hoping for a last corner battle, but the Doctor's not going to give it to us. Unfortunately, he's done a terrific stint on those tyres. 18 laps on the mediums, and he's going to come across then. As there's a yellow. Where's the yellow flag? How's there a yellow flag? There's only 2 cars left, and they're both about to finish. Never mind. There we go. So Meister takes the win. He'll be happy with that. It's extended his lead at the top of the championship. Yawn with another unfortunate race, disconnecting. And fortunately, though, for him, it didn't cost him anything other than just a bit of time. And he was still able to recover, get up to stay P2, and didn't, in the end, lose out anything. And there we go. So somehow I think Yawn might have been given an extra penalty. It didn't cost him anything, but he somehow dropped 6 seconds on the line, which isn't right, but what's done is done. But Meister takes the win from Yawn. Dan is 3rd. Beaker with a decent result from 4th. Dennis with a mighty drive, last the 5th. Great drive from him. Livid in 6th. Fifth Camp in 7th. Just chilling with that potential contact. I don't say it is contact, but him and Fluffy Balls comes in 8th. Char in 9th. Atomic in 10th. To round out your points, then just missing out, you've got Busted, Doctor, Dow, Anthony, Kimmy, Nathan, and your DNFs there, Fluffy Balls, Mute, and Noosa. So there we go, that is all for the Delta Racing competition. Thanks for everyone who's been here. Next week we shall be in Belgium. I knew that without having looked that one up for a change. I looked it up earlier, to be fair, actually, to myself. But yeah, love the Belgian track. It's going to be a great race. Make sure you are there. 7 o'clock UK time, 8 o'clock Central European time. Stream starts a little bit early. We've got intros, so get here for about 1:45 for each of those hours, and you'll see some wonderful intros made by our drivers, actually. So Fifth Camp makes them. So great to have those. So yeah, drop on by. Until then, I bid you a fond farewell. Goodbye.